traditional schools.
I want to live there. Can we live there?
It's just kind of like, oh, you're a teacher, whatever.
It's hit and miss. Just described a whole bunch of America.
Yeah.
I think that's a theme in Europe. I want to go so bad now. What are we watching today?
Today we're going to be checking out the 10 best countries in Europe to live in, to visit, and work around the world.
Oh, so all those.
To live in, to visit, to work around the world.
Okay, Europe's not the whole world, but okay.
Whatever. Anyway, guys, these are one. I love doing these videos because of the scenery.
Yeah.
You see so much scenery. Oh, and
Good drone shots. That's always a
even
good
though
thing.
we haven't really been to mainland Europe, I guess you have. You've been to Germany.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The more and more I do these type of videos and just look at life, it makes me really realize I want some kind of remote job.
You want
I
to
am
get out
working
there.
on it. I am going to school to hopefully try to get a job that can be done remotely.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
Other than that, we're just going to live vicariously through all these videos that we've been watching.
Anyway, guys, before we get into the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. And let's get into it and check out the 10 best countries in Europe to live in.
Europe is the most popular destination for expatriates. The diverse culture and history, lively cities, beautiful countryside, great traditional and cutting-edge food, and ancestral links continue to attract people of all ages to travel, study, work, and live in Europe. Living in Europe has its pros and cons when it comes to healthcare expenses, taxes, and job opportunities. But luckily, there are as many as 44 different countries in the old continent. You can choose from depending on your budget, career goals, and language skills. Here
And one thing that a lot of people talk about, now granted this is more if I think if you live in Europe or if you have a European citizenship, is it's way easier. Like you don't really have to, I'm pretty sure someone commented this recently, you don't like have to apply for like work visas and all that. You can just move to whatever country you want.
Like it's easy to work.
It's easy to travel and work throughout Europe if you have a European passport. And I think some other countries...
Like they require a visa as well or something.
Well, no, I was going to say I think some other countries, like maybe Australia and Canada and others, are more friendly to a European passport than like a US passport.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Here are the 10 best countries to live and work in Europe. 10. Belgium. The Kingdom of Belgium is one of the founding members of the EU and home to its principal institutions, but also a center of various international organizations. This country may be tiny, but it is incredibly diverse and beautiful. It is a multilingual country with rolling countryside speaking French, German, and English.
I love the old architecture.
I know.
But that is
so
something
intricate.
we absolutely lack. You guys, obviously we have reasons for it, but we don't build like we used to.
Yeah. Notice how steep the pitch is on a lot of these roofs. They all really pointy. It reminds me of Germany because like they get some harsh winters. So they need steep roofs.
Country with rolling countryside speaking French, German, and English. Schools in each region will speak the local language, and education is compulsory through age 18. The public education system is highly regarded, and there are quite a few options for a family just moving to the country. Parents are entitled to 17 weeks of leave for the birth of a child, with 11 days of paternal leave as fully paid and the rest at a partial salary.
That's good enough for me.
I mean, I know that's not as good as other countries, but that is really good.
That's nice.
As fully paid and the rest at a partial salary. 9. Spain. Spain is the best place to live and retire in Europe.
I've always wanted to go to Spain, even though I don't know that much about it.
Well, from what I've heard from the Brits, it's like the weather's really nice, and I think it's quite a bit cheaper, even though it's still in the euro. I think the euro goes further. We'll see what he says, but...
Spain is the best place to live and retire in Europe.
Actually, funny enough, my brother's going to be in Spain like in a week, so...
At least for recording this video.
Yeah, I'll be able to ask him what he thought of it. He's going to Barcelona and Madrid, so...
That'll be cool.
I could have gone with him, but I had school.
And
so
family.
And family.
And you already left me once this year.
With the country's incredible climate, leisurely work environments, and
Look
a
at
top-notch
those
healthcare
waves.
system,
I love
Spain's
that.
constitution states that the country has to offer emergency and basic care free of charge for everybody. In terms of the cost of living, Spain is one of the more affordable places to move to in Europe.
There you go.
Income and housing prices are stable, meaning living costs are not...
Oh yeah, it looks like it.
That's weird.
It says right there, taxi.
That's weird. They're like all... Do you only take taxis, or is that just like a coincidence that they're all parked there?
Well, that I'm actually going to guess why they're shaped differently is because they look like they're hybrids or maybe electric cars.
Oh, probably.
Are not sky high compared to the average income.
Ooh, that's
Living
cool.
well in Spain is possible with an average annual salary.
Oh, you know I love mountains. That is awesome. I love the valleys.
I want to go so bad now.
I don't know. I really want to go to Spain. I kind of always want to just because I've heard the weather.
I've always wanted to go anywhere, honestly. I mean, I love my state and everything, but you know.
Okay, so real quick, I want to bring this up. I'm trying to like maybe plan a family trip, like because I have like a few weeks off between the semesters. But we want to stay local in the States for money reasons and just time. You know, just do like a little week vacation or whatever. Mm-hmm. We're so far from everything. Ocean and nice weather. Like California's like 22-hour drive. The Gulf is like 16, 17. I was looking, it's like no matter where we go, we're going to be looking at like a 2-day drive.
If you're looking for nicer weather.
Each way, and so now it's kind of like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, and it sucks.
Or we'll have to settle for something less dramatic.
That is partly our fault for living in the middle of the United States.
The Midwest still has its perks in other ways.
But again, going to school, hopefully that will change.
With an average annual salary of $25,000. But you need to be aware of the high unemployment rate. Some of our friends are still jobless after months of searching, despite having university qualifications and plenty of work experience. 8. France. France is mostly known for its capital and main cultural and commercial center, Paris, as well as its Mediterranean coastline.
Petty.
This country is a great place to raise your family. It has plenty of opportunities for kids to have adventures. National museums are free for anyone under the age of 18. The average cost of living...
Again, I like about Europe because they focus on education and just things for kids. Like the museums being free for anyone in the rail systems and all that.
Yeah.
Like even over here, like if we want to take our kids to a museum, it's discounted, but for the most part, they still cost like $12, $16 as opposed to like an adult's like 20 or something.
Which we do have some really good kids museums in the area.
Yeah, but it's like if you...
But they are expensive if you add it up.
Like if you want to go, you have to make sure you get your money's worth.
Yeah.
So if you go like late or for some reason you can't make it and you pre-bought the tickets or something and you're just out all that money.
Yeah, it's only worth it if you can make it a whole day thing, pretty much.
The average cost of living in France is quite high and depends on a few different factors such as where you live in the country. Therefore, if you plan on moving to France, consider smaller towns in the south, which display beautiful architecture, stunning lavender fields, and a low cost of living here.
Yeah, I just want to know what...
I can see that.
Just live near the French Alps. That's all that matters.
7. Denmark.
Ooh, okay.
Denmark is one of the happiest countries in the world. There is a balance between work and family life, high education standards, and a thriving business climate. Schooling
You notice that a lot of these have the same thing in common. Higher education.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's a theme in Europe.
Well, it's not just Europe. I mean, China has an extremely high. China has an extremely high sense of education. I think they rank almost always number one. Could be wrong. I haven't checked that on everything. I know math they're usually number one. But yeah, this is actually very similar to Iceland. Like I could when I was there, I could tell like it was very much people were way more focused on family and each other and friendships and stuff.
That's cool.
It was really interesting to see.
More personable, kind of, I guess.
experiences are focused less on testing and more on raising a socially connected whole child. Unemployment,
as opposed to a partial child.
more on raising a socially connected whole child. Unemployment is low, and there is little in the way of socioeconomic divide. Childcare is heavily subsidized by the government. Working hours tend to be shorter than most countries. Most companies have a flat working structure and are pretty informal and laid back.
That's nice.
6.
Again, okay.
Finland.
I want to say that I'm not lazy that I would want less hours, but they're not lazy either. They're just choosing to make less money to focus on family, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It seems like that's actually, if you're at least a family, it seems like that's becoming more and more popular. Like, take a little bit less money.
Time.
Well, to do like a 32-hour week or do like when I was working 4-10, 3-day weekends was really nice because then you have that whole extra day to spend with family.
At home,
yeah. At home, so.
Finland. If you have opted for life in Finland, an exceptionally high living standard awaits you. Finland is an excellent place for your children to attend school.
Somewhere in Missouri.
Finland's education system is highly regarded worldwide and open to expat children. Living in Finland, children have more time to play. The Finnish education system believes that life in Finland for children should be playful and relaxed. There is no need to stress them out at such a young age. People highly regard anyone working as a teacher, including the country itself, who ensures teachers get top-notch training and excellent pay.
That's cool.
That's really cool, actually, because I know the U.S. I don't know. I wouldn't say, because I've seen some breakdowns. Like if you look at how much time they have off compared to how much they get paid, it's actually slightly above average. It's not great, but it's not as awful.
Right.
But at the same time, teachers don't. I wouldn't say they're. I don't know. I don't really hang out with enough teachers, but I wouldn't say that they're put like. If you're a really good teacher, people like you and they respect you.
I think they're put in high regard if they're a college teacher.
If they're professors, yeah.
But there's public school teachers, not always.
It's just kind of like, oh, you're a teacher, whatever.
It's hit and miss.
About accommodation, you can easily buy a house in Finland. Most Finns own their homes, and there are no restrictions on foreigners buying property.
Oh, that's really cool.
5.
Lakes, too.
Sweden.
Of course,
Sweden
makes it.
is known as one of the safest countries in the world. It has high quality of life, plentiful jobs with high salaries, and that children you just had, you need not worry about paying for their education. Education is completely free in public school. Everyday expenses fluctuate depending on where you live, but overall, the average cost of living in Sweden is high. Public transportation in Sweden is so efficient that many people may not feel the need to drive in Sweden. However, depending on your job, driving may make your life a bit easier and give you more flexibility to move about as you please. 4.
That's the thing, partly is like I've somewhat looked into some of these countries and it's like it seems without a job, I could be wrong, but it seems like it's almost impossible to just like up and move. Like I know I've had some people come in like, well, why don't you just move to the UK or why don't you just move here or there? It's like
You still
when
need
I
a
start
job.
looking at it, it's like I don't have a degree. My experience is in construction. It's not something that's just easily transferable to any country.
Not really.
Which again, I'm working on that. But at the same time, it's just like it'd be awesome just to up and move to a different country. But it's like
Wait, but when you need money,
well, I don't see it
a
as
job.
like totally feasible in my position. But I don't
Not
know.
yet. Maybe someday.
Flexibility to move about as you please. 4. Portugal. Portugal is situated on the Iberian Peninsula, known for its mild climate, blue skies, and long beaches. People here are very friendly. Visitors will find a culture that is warm and welcoming upon arriving in
Oh, that's so cool.
It's interesting.
Portugal. Moreover, Portugal is among the cheapest countries in Western Europe. The cost
like
of living
Golden
is
Golden Gate
low.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Rent and grocery prices are much lower than in many other parts of the world, ensuring
Nice.
that you can enjoy
Pretty.
a high standard of living for not a whole lot of money. Portugal also offers free education to its residents for the mandatory school levels.
Maybe
3.
not college.
Republic of Ireland.
Oh.
Ireland.
Okay. I don't know that much about Ireland, but I don't know that much about Ireland. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised I made the list, but
Yeah.
tiny bit.
I'm pretty
is
sure
known
the
for its
United
love
Kingdom's
of
going to
food
be on there.
and drink, picturesque countryside, and bustling cities. The average cost of living in Ireland is not cheap, but it is also not as expensive.
What does that
Because
mean?
Ireland is a small island nation, many goods need to be imported into the country. This ups the price of everyday necessities such as groceries
I can
and
see that.
gas. Public
Cool.
I had no idea that Ireland was so mountainous.
education in Ireland is free and of very high quality. Ireland is also a pretty safe place. Rates of gun violence are nearly non-existent, and rates of violent crime overall are low here. 2. Switzerland.
Switzerland's number 2.
Switzerland always makes like the top 10 places to live.
Yeah.
I've heard it is like, very expensive though.
Yeah.
Switzerland is one of the safest countries in the world. The Swiss take pride in the best healthcare in the world and magnificent natural beauties.
Yeah.
The cities are clean
That's awesome.
and regulated, and people earn well, so the high cost of living is adequately compensated. The average annual salary for expats in Switzerland is $200,000.
Dang.
Okay.
What's the average?
And I know that sounds like a ton, but I think they have incredibly high taxes and things.
Yeah.
I know some Instagram thing I was watching someone, they ate out, like they just had like 2 burgers and some fries or something. It was like 80, I think it was pretty sure euro. I think it's like 80 euros for that.
Dang.
So.
dollars. The education system here is among the best all over the world. The state school is free for all children, and there are also numerous options for private
So
and
pretty and
international
hilly.
schools.
I want to live there. Can we
Switzerland
live there?
has a universal healthcare system.
I'll have to get a fence though to keep the kids from falling off.
Yeah.
Switzerland has a universal healthcare system, and insurance providers are non-profit, ensuring their policies are affordable. 1. Norway.
Oh, nice.
I'm surprised the UK didn't make
Norway
this list.
boasts the highest concentration of fjords in the world, along with masses of forests. So if you love the outdoors, it is a great place.
That is so cool. To have a football field right there. Like you got the, I don't know if that's actually the ocean, but yeah, you just have that huge mountain, rock. That's
You got it all right
perfect.
there.
Perfect.
So if you love the outdoors, it is a great place to be. Norwegians has a high life expectancy, an excellent healthcare system, and a quality education. Norway is also one of the safest countries in the world, with low crime rates even in major cities. The country has other job opportunities too, particularly in IT, telecoms, engineering, and transport.
There you
There's
go.
stiff competition because of Norway's outstanding education system, which produces highly skilled workers.
So takeaway, the best places to live have free education, good health care, and pretty views.
Well, and safety. I mean, this
Yeah.
is kind of what, like,
That's what you look for
that's
when you're going to
when you're
live
wanting to
somewhere
settle down,
permanently.
move. Like, why would you want to live in a high crime, super
That's true.
expensive, low education?
Just
Yeah.
discard a whole bunch of America.
Yeah. Sadly, I mean, there's certain areas that are actually really nice.
Which is
but
partially why we choose the Midwest. A lot less crime.
we didn't choose it. We
The
were
cost of
born
living is
here.
yes, but we also haven't moved yet, so.
Because we're stuck. Anyway, guys, yeah, that was very interesting. I'm actually surprised that a few countries didn't make it.
I'm really surprised
Iceland
the
did.
UK.
I'm surprised Iceland didn't make it. Or Scotland.
Not that many people like the cold.
True. Well, I mean, I think for sure Norway. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that is, I think, it for the video. Comment down below if you guys agree with this top 10. I'm sure there's a couple countries that they left off.
I honestly think.
They didn't even mention Germany.
No, they didn't. But, like, the UK, I feel like it would be an easy transition, at least for an American to move there. I feel like the UK is a very viable option because it's similar enough that it's not going to be hard to navigate around. I don't know. I felt kind of like a second home there.
No, I absolutely love the
But
UK.
when going to Germany, the language barrier was a huge thing. And yes, a lot of people still speak English, but because of that language barrier, it kind of just made this whole, like, I can't just go out and do anything.
Well, that's the thing. If you live there, you learn the language.
Yeah, like my sister who lives there does.
But if you travel, then it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
But working there, you have to know the language, so it's kind of like, you have to. Where in the UK, you don't, because we speak the same language.
anyway, guys, thanks so much for sticking with us. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Please be safe, take care, and look after one another, and cheers.